Formal warning with this. No tornado warning and no severe thunderstorm warning. So if you're just now tuning in, you see our coverage. We're here with you because of this storm that's moving through Harris County, Meriwether County, and Talbot County. The storms that are moving into the Columbus and Phoenix City area, these are light rain showers and thunderstorms. Nothing severe as of right now, but we'll of course be watching those very carefully as they move into an area that is still favorable for the development of tornadoes. If you live in Chattahoochee County, if you live on Fort Benning, these storms will be approaching you here fairly soon, but as we mentioned, no formal warning with that. Buena Vista, Marion County, Tazewell, Juniper, all seeing some pretty rough weather right now, lightning and thunder, some heavy rain. No formal warning there. That's the good news as we start to hear the showers picking up quite a bit here at our studios off of Winton Road. Dustin, let's go back up to our storm of concern, moving out now of Harris County. So if you live in Harris County, if you live in Hamilton, and we did get a report from Hamilton earlier of a gentleman that lives near the Hamilton courthouse reporting hearing something like a train as it moved through. And we often, of course, down here in the south know that a lot of times that's how these tornadoes can sound, that roar of the winds. It sounds like a train, people describe it as. So we still could have had some tornado issues in northern Harris County. No formal reports there yet, again, of damage, but that storm is now crossing out of Harris County into southern Meriwether County. If you live in Manchester, Warm Springs, this is an area that's to our north. While we may be seeing some hail, that area of circulation appears to be just to the south, about where Harris, Meriwether, and Talbot counties all kind of come together. That's where we're worried about that possible tornado still. It has had confirmed reports of damage today. But if you live in Manchester, if you live in Warm Springs, you're still close enough to this thing to where we want you to be in a safe place, that small room on the lowest floor near the center and away from windows. If you live in Shiloh, if you live anywhere in this extreme northern part of Talbot County, this is the next area that is going to be under the gun for this storm as that storm tracks on off. Let's go to live Doppler 9, and Justin, while I'm doing that on Max, if we can pull back up that radar shot, I want to show you the big view here. The bad news is that we're starting to get a lot of rain around the radar side, so that's going to make it hard for our radar beam to go back up to this storm and see it, but you can still see that storm pretty clearly now. It's isolated, it's by itself, and those are the kinds of storms that we worry about, those supercell thunderstorms that tend to sit by themselves, and this is what we're watching very carefully now, tracked to the northern part of Talbot County. The good news is once this crosses out of that and gets into Upson County and beyond, they'll be moving out of the WTVM coverage area, but now the rain really starting to get heavy in Columbus and Phoenix City. But as we've been mentioning, no warnings, no severe thunderstorm warnings, no tornado warnings for these storms as they move through. We're still going to stay with you because of that tornado warning to our north. Let's go back over to Trivia Max. We'll put the radar again, product back on here for you, and show you that very strong thunderstorm. The red indicating the 911 center in Harris County. Some damage also to the high school there in Harris County. So Harris County High School and also the 911 center, all of that very near Hamilton, have seen some tornado damage today, or has seen some wind damage today as that storm has moved through. So we want you to treat this as though there's a tornado on the ground with it as it moves off to the north and to the east at about 45 miles per hour. And you can listen to us on the radio, as you've mentioned. 107.3 FM is our radio station partners that you can listen to us there if you lose your power, or if you can still get on your smartphone or computer. We're streaming live to our coverage on WTVM.com. You can always find more information on WTVM.com/weather, including our live radar, the interactive radar. You can track these storms at home, and so much more. And Justin's doing a great job as well keeping our Facebook fans updated. Maybe you're at work, you don't have access to a television. Justin's keeping our Facebook crowd updated there on our weather page as well. Just search for WTVM Weather or search for one of our names and you can get there as well. So here's our storm of concern. This one storm today that has a history of producing damage. Now, we don't know if this is a continual damage path, if the tornado's been on the ground the entire time, but we do know we've had numerous reports of damage from back near Montgomery, through Lee County, near Lochapoka, Auburn, and Opelika, and now near the Hamilton area, some tornado damage being reported as well as this storm has moved through. So again, we want you to treat this as though there's a tornado down on the ground in southern Meriwether County or northern Talbot County, and be in your safe room, your tornado safe place, that small room on the lowest floor near the center and away from windows. The storm, as we mentioned, moving off to the north and to the east at about 45 miles per hour. It will be crossing the Flint River here fairly soon. It'll be crossing into Upson County here fairly soon. That would be, I guess, the good news that we have to report. But now some very heavy rain. You can hear that here in Columbus as the other thunderstorms start to move through. Let's expand this view out just a bit, Justin, to show you the big picture out there again. This is our storm of concern. To our south, that's where we're still concerned about just some high winds, some heavy rain that are moving through, but nothing severe. The Weather Service is watching to see if we have any areas of circulation that may spin up from these thunderstorms as they move through. There's our one tornado warning that we still have in effect for Meriwether, Talbot, and Upson counties. That's going to go out for a little while longer. We have some more video we want to show you. This is from, again, earlier today in the city of Auburn, maybe about an hour or so ago. Some structural damage here as that tornado moved through. We can go ahead and call it a tornado and stop calling it a possible tornado because we have some damage reports for this storm. So you can see the trees down, limbs down. The trees snapped off right there toward the middle of those trees. That's a sign sometimes of some pretty strong winds. So we could be talking about a pretty significant storm that moved through Lee County earlier. And that same storm is what we're talking about moving into parts of Talbot, also parts of Meriwether, and eventually Upson County here fairly soon. Well, we've got you back on TrueView Max now. Here is our radar view. We're in Chester and Warm Springs, getting some rough weather as of right now, the possible rotation there as well. Just to the north of Woodland and Talbot County, and if you live in Woodland, we want you in a safe place as well. We're going to put the rotation, the velocity product back on here again, and we'll zoom in right, very close to the area where we could be seeing the worst weather. Right there along Highway 41, that is in Talbot County, the Tax Crossroads, the Cunningham Crossroads, just north of Woodland there along 41, and just to the east of Flint Hill. That is this area where there is strong circulation with this storm, where we could be seeing that possible tornado. We already know that it's tracked through the Hamilton area, it's tracked through the area in Lee County, so that is our one storm of concern. Now I want to take you down to the Columbus and Phoenix City area. The good news here is we don't have any circulation reports. We still have some reports though of some very heavy rains and lightning and thunder as well. There is, we'll take a little radar tour here. Through Columbus and Phoenix City, starting to see a little bit of what we could consider a bow echo here, right along the leading edge of that. That's oftentimes where we can see some strong winds. So if you live in eastern Muskogee County, if you live on Fort Benning, or if you live in Casita or Stewart County, some stronger winds perhaps on the way, though no formal severe thunderstorm warning with that. That's the good news. To the south from there, if you live in Eufaula, if you live in Americus, if you live in Albany, not a lot's happening right now. We've seen a pretty warm day, a mostly cloudy sky, but maybe some storms still left to move through here in just a bit. And in Meriwether County, also in Marion County, also in Taylor County, just some thunderstorms moving through. I'm going to throw the lightning data back on here as well. I'll show you numerous lightning strikes with that storm that's coming into southern Muskogee County. Also, a lot of lightning with that storm that's producing a possible tornado, producing the tornado that's moving into Meriwether and Talbot counties as of right now. We also have some reports now from Whitman Hill Road, I believe. Is that in Lee County, Erica? The Whitman. We have some reports of homes destroyed. Whitman Hill Road, not sure. That's in Notasulga. Okay, so that's over in East Alabama. That was from earlier today, about maybe an hour, 2 hours ago, as that storm moved through. So now reports of actual homes destroyed as that storm has moved through. So we've been tracking this one for quite some time, and this is the concern. The storm now has moved into Meriwether and Talbot counties north of Woodland, around the Manchester area. That may be crossing into Upson County and maybe affecting places like Thomaston or Lincoln Park, a city called the Rock up here as well. That's good news. No also reports of injuries from that storm. That damage report we just told you about, the 4 homes damaged. No reports of injuries there. Some very, very good news. So now we'll take the lightning back off here. Let's go back over to Live Doppler 9. I want to show you this one more time. The rain really getting heavy around the Columbus and Phoenix City area, so it's making it really hard to pick out that rotation up to our north. But the good news is this thing is a lot closer to the radar up in Peachtree City than it is to our radar here in Columbus now, so we actually have a better view of it on TrueView Max as that storm moves through. Maybe not the best structure on TrueView Max if we go back to that, but this still looks like a pretty strong storm with the potential at least to produce a tornado. Very heavy rains and very high winds with this as well. And we encourage you to go ahead and be in that good, safe spot. Here's our tornado watch product again, and we'll show you the counties highlighted in red under that tornado watch until 7 o'clock Eastern time tonight. The good news is that they are canceling this watch from west to east as these storms move through, and as the storms clear your area, the severe weather threat will be winding down quite a bit. So that is the best news so far of the day. And again, our only warnings that we have out there are tornado warnings for now just southern Meriwether, northern Talbot, and Upson counties, including the city of Thomaston. We want you to go ahead and be in a safe place there. Your tornado safe spot is a small room on the lowest floor, near the center and away from windows. We, of course, need you to protect your head in abandoned mobile homes and cars if you can. in a situation like this if you, again, have the time to do so. And again, just a few ways that you're able to get in touch with us and watch our coverage. We're also streaming live on WTVM.com. I'm going to turn it over to meteorologist Justin Logan. I know he's been looking at the National Weather Service chat and been getting some more information for us as well. So Justin, what are you hearing there from our friends at the National Weather Service?
Yeah, the latest with that thunderstorm that's moving through portions of Meriwether County and Talbot County, they extended that warning till 2:30 Eastern Time. Rotation was located near Flint Hill, or also a little further off to the east near the Tax Crossroads area. We were showing that to you just a moment ago, and into the northern portions there of Talbot County. And this storm is moving east at 40. And this storm obviously has the history of producing damage across Harris County, as we have shown you and brought you reports of that. Some damage, they said, there to the courthouse, and also some damage to the school, the high school. So if you're in the northern portions of Talbot County, southern Meriwether County, and eventually starting to cross over there into Upson County, I would go ahead and definitely, if you're not already, into the lowest floor of your home, into your safe room that you and your family have put together, that safe plan. So Woodland, this area of some rotation, looks like it's going to come pretty close to your area too.